To continue the trend of going through all of the video equipment and DVD equipment I have, I figured I'd take you guys into a little showcase of the meager VHS collection that I have. Most of these I've gotten from garage sales in the past few months or have kept. My parents actually recently went through all of our VHS tapes and got rid of most of them. So these are all ones that I paid for, except for The Empire Strikes Back, Star Trek Insurrection, and this old Star Wars tape. So let's look at some of the tapes I have. I have a Josh Grissom movie, The Rainmaker. Never watched it, but I'm sure it's probably not a bad movie. It does have Danny DeVito. I do like Danny DeVito. Here we have Patch Adams. So it's like your atypical, somewhat lame Robin Williams movie. I mean, I've read it's got pretty bad reviews. Here's a musical classic, Oklahoma. I don't think I actually like Oklahoma at all. Here's another great movie, October Sky. It's about a boy who makes rockets after he sees the Russian Sputnik satellite. One of my favorite movies. I taught this in tech class back in middle school days. Here's a movie called National Velvet. I have never watched and have no desire to see this one. Here's a movie that I am actually quite interested in seeing. I haven't seen it yet, Silence of the Lambs. But I'm going to watch this one on Laserdisc because I have the Criterion Collection copy of it. And this is a movie called Good Will Hunting. I don't know much about it. Here we have E.T. I mean, who hasn't seen and enjoyed E.T.? It's freaking E.T. It's Spielberg. It's awesome. Here we have a movie called Bulworth. Here again, I don't know much about it because I haven't watched most of my VHS tapes. Here we also have a movie called A Beautiful Mind. It's got Russell Crowe. I don't know much about it. Here we have an Austin Powers movie, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It's Mike Myers doing what he does best, being an idiot. And then here's a movie that I actually really enjoyed watching, Armageddon. It's got Bruce Willis. It's about a bunch of oil riggers going into space and doing their stuff. It's a great movie. It's very reminiscent of Independence Day. Now let me take a second to go through all the Star Wars tapes that I have on VHS. Here is the Star Wars Trilogy box set that I got from the school nurse. And I have A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, but interestingly enough, no Return of the Jedi. But this is one of the more recent VHS transfers besides the ones that came out alongside the newest Star Wars DVD release. Here we have one of the older CBS Fox releases of Star Wars on tape. You can see it's got hi-fi stereo, mono compatible. I don't know what era this is. It might be 80s, late 70s. It's a very old tape, and it still has decent video quality. Here we have, in its original case, The Empire Strikes Back, which I take it is either from a little later or the same era as my Star Wars tape, but it still has its original box. You can tell this box has gotten a lot of wear and tear over the years. Here I have not one, but two copies of The Phantom Menace. One I got from a garage sale, one I got from the school nurse alongside these Star Wars tapes. It's The Phantom Menace. It's not the best Star Wars movie. And here we have poorly resealed copies of The Empire Strikes Back and Star Wars. You can tell it's poorly resealed because you can see one of the stickers is missing here. There's a genuine sticker on the top. And it just has a poor quality to it. I wish these had come with Return of the Jedi, because I still don't have Return of the Jedi on tape at all. Here we have a movie called Rushmore, which I didn't really enjoy. It was somewhat boring to my tastes. Here we have a movie called The Man Who Knew Too Much. It's an Alfred Hitchcock. It's probably a halfway decent movie. I don't have any plans on watching it. Here we have Jurassic Park, which is another 90s classic. But I have this on Laserdisc and DVD, so I'd much rather watch it on that than on VHS. Here we have West Side Story, one of my favorite musicals. And I was actually pretty disappointed when my friend took this from me. He gave it back recently because I wanted to put it alongside my Laserdisc copy of West Side Story. This is one of my favorite musicals, if a man can have a favorite musical. Another excellent movie, Jerry Maguire. It's about a sports writer not a sports writer, but a sports guy who does contracts and whatnot, who has an upstart company and deals with a real jerk and falls in love and whatnot. Here's the first Harry Potter. It's the first Harry Potter. What more is there to say about it? And here's the X-Files movie. I don't know much about the X-Files, but it has some interesting little cards here, as you can see them falling out. I don't really want to put them back. And here's one of my favorite movies of all time, Independence Day. I had this tape years ago, before my dad tossed out all our tapes. I pretty much watched it to death. But now I've seen it on DVD and Blu-ray, and it's just not the same watching it on tape. But it does bring back good memories. To my knowledge, these are all of my VHS tapes. I figured I'd show them to you guys before I reorganized them onto the same shelf they were before. They were just kind of messy with the other DVDs. I'll see you guys next time.